Welcome to the Spiritual Mastery Masterclass series, Mastering Higher Plane Consciousness in Everyday Life. Today, we'll explore consciousness, the greatest wealth on the planet, with Sophia Maa. Welcome, Sophia. It's delightful to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure, and I'm always happy to join you. So thank you for having me here today.
Beautiful, thank you. Thank you. And Sophia is a dear friend and a fellow spiritual traveler and master, divine energy master, for want of a better word, but very much a close friend, a good friend. So Sophia is a coach, a holistic facilitator, a quantum healer, and cosmic channel. Sophia has been on a profound journey of alchemy of the body, mind, emotions, and heart to set her free from suffering, realizing profound levels of love and compassion, embodying higher levels of her soul and divine essence, walking the path of self-realization. Because of the embodiment of such profound alchemical healing, her presence alone can help you to experience deep healings, transformation, and return back to inner peace and opening even wider your heart to deep levels of self-love. Her passion is to help the ones that truly desire to transition into the higher states of consciousness of pure love and joy, to step out of suffering and manifest the life of their dreams of abundance, joy, fulfillment, and freedom. Wow, Sophia, thank you. So I think like prior to the call, we had like a really brief conversation about consciousness. And I'm wondering if this is the space and place that we can dive into. When you talk about raising consciousness, what does that mean? What are we actually talking about when we talk about raising our consciousness?
Yeah, raising consciousness actually is moving from this dimension of separation and duality that we've been experiencing for so long, in which we experience lack, struggle, suffering, limitation, scarcity, and raising to the level in which we can experience unconditional love, we can experience unity, we can experience actually what we are when we peel the different layers that we are not, that are connected to the human expression, but not to the level of the soul. And when we raise the consciousness to reach that level of just pure awareness, love, and bliss, happiness, abundance, everything is manifested, because actually this is what we are when we remove what we are not. And this is a journey, of course, but the reward, it's to become all that we are, that brings us joy and happy and all that we ever wanted. So it is worth to do the journey to be able to get to that place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And when you speak about the journey, can you say a little bit more about what that journey looks and feels like? And it may be that, yeah, thank you.
Well, the journey is about just going within and just have to be brave and courageous enough to go within and love every aspect of yourself. When you do that, you bring light into every aspect. And this is when you come and realize more of your soul into your physical expression. This is when you gather more of your energy, more of your light. And when you gather more of your light, this is when you can manifest faster, because you summon energy, you summon consciousness, and energy is what is manifested into form. So you need to keep processing, going into the process of just loving every aspect of yourself, from unworthiness to infinite worthy. So we need to, and this is the place of unconditional love, of course. Unconditional love, it always starts within and then it ripples out without, but everything starts within first. And this is a journey, of course, because you have to go within and look for the aspects that you didn't like. and all the things that you did that you may feel guilt or shame or blame. But when you go deep, it is worth the journey, because then you enlighten all those aspects. And then you realize it was just a lesson. It wasn't something, it was created by your higher self for you to learn. And when you learn and when you understand that it was just a lesson, then you detach from the problem, from the issue, and then you have this level of compassion and level of acceptance that all that happened, it was divinely guided for you to expand, for you to thrive, for you to just grow and have more wisdom. And then everything is perfect. You stay in the present moment, you accept everything, and then you realize more of your soul, more of your divine self.
And when we bring love into, like when we bring that degree of love and self-compassion into ourselves and shine that light in essence is consciousness. So that light of self-love is consciousness. It is energy. It is the love vibration of which you are. So as we're shining that light into ourselves and amplifying, we're essentially what we're adding in here, and what we're also hearing you speak about is that is consciousness, that is love. And that as that light gets shine, as we shine that light into these duller parts of ourselves, we are essentially bringing consciousness, the light of consciousness, which is love and light, into those darker places. And those darker places are the places where, when we ignore them or don't acknowledge them, we miss the lesson, as you speak about it, so beautifully spoken about. And we also miss the opportunity to bring more consciousness and light into ourselves. And it's, we feel you have the next piece. Thank you.
Yes. Actually, when we are in that level of separation, it's because we just judge everything about ourselves. And what we do about ourselves, this is what we do about others. When we are in a place that we judge, that we complain, that we feel a victim, this is a place in which we play the role of the human experience that has gone through all these different aspects of reality. We don't understand that we are a spiritual being having a human experience. When you shift your awareness that you are a spiritual being and not a human being, the spiritual being is the one that creates your reality, and the human being is the one that experiences the reality. You are both at the same time. So everything that you have experienced was created by your own higher self, your own divinity. Then you cannot blame anything because it was your own creation. When you understand that, why to complain? Why don't accept that it was part of what your higher self was designing for you? And when you understand that, you understand that all the people that were part of this role play, it was designed as well to be this way for you to learn the lesson. And then you are able to feel gratitude for it. The very moment that you understand that and you feel gratitude, the lesson is complete. And once the lesson is complete, it never comes back. You have enlightened that piece, that aspect. And then you embody more parts of your soul, more parts of your divine self, and then you enlightened. And the higher the vibration that you have, the faster the manifestation. The lower your vibration, the more difficult it is to manifest what you want, because you don't have too much energy. And if you don't have energy, you cannot manifest. So you need to gather more and more of your energy, which is through consciousness. And then manifestation, it happens naturally. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to effort or strive. You just have to allow it, because from that level of unconditional love, you just magnetize everything to you, and everything happens through you. And this is oh gosh, why do I want to keep striving and forcing and efforting when everything can be so easy? Just I need to just accept and stop resisting and understanding that I am already infinite worthy, that I can't just allow the best expression of my life to just come through me and enjoy that my divine self creates the best life ever, and my human self experience it. So this is what we want, and what we deeply desire is what our soul has placed in our hearts to tell us this is what's coming for you. So why we want to reject that? Just allow it and accept it, because this is what the higher self has created for us to experience next. And it's up to us if we want to accept it and experience bliss, or we are going to reject it and keep suffering. It is a choice. But we are always creating, whether suffering or joy. So what do we want to create?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. It's like so many gems in there. So I'm just going to take a little pause, almost like a sacred pause, to let that sink in for those of you who are listening. There are many gems, and the essence that we would like to highlight, or one of the essences that we would like to highlight, is that divine play, the creation of the divine play. What is called the human self and the divine self is one. It's one. It's all in oneness, and that the experiences that you are having are created. You're co-creating them with yourself, and that as you like you have a choice to accept them and dive into them and experience them as they are, and bring light to them, and raise that conscious awareness, and even recognizing that it's in wholeness, that it's a wholeness, that's already raising your vibration. It's already raising the vibration to love, because when you recognize that there is no separation between your higher self and your human experience, they are one, they're being co-created with you, by you, through you. This in essence is raising your consciousness, and it's raising it through to that vibration of love and joy, through the act of you listening and being acknowledging and compassion and love for yourself, and choosing to walk this path. We know, yeah, absolutely. We feel like you have another piece, and we have.
There's another piece out of this, is that to manifest anything, you don't have to do it, because we try to force it from our human perspective. How do I get to these things that I want to manifest? But actually what manifests is your divine self, and your divine self, it is everywhere. It is the particles of infinite creation that are intelligent, that once you place your desire and you allow it to happen, and you just stay in the present moment, which is the only place where they can meet you, then the manifestation, the particles of infinite creation, they manifest into form, and they find you because you are in the present moment. Now you are not running away, you are not chasing, you are not forcing, you are not, you are in the present moment. This is the only place where you can manifest. This is the only place that you are gathering your power. This is the only place that you connect to your divine self. So you need to stay fully present, not chasing. And this is when you allow life to flow through you, understanding that the particles of infinite creation are intelligent. You don't have to tell them how to do the job. You just say, I want this. This is my desire because I'm worthy of it. Of course, you need to understand that you are worthy. But once you have placed your command, they do their job. It's not your job to decide how this is going to happen, when this is going to happen, because then you say, oh, I need this for tomorrow. No, it doesn't work that way. It comes in divine timing when you have and hold yourself in the frequency of the now moment and in the frequency of your divine self. Yet this is the lesson, to stay present, even when you think that there's a time crunch, Even when you think that there's lack out there, you need to be in full confidence and full trust that the divine self always, always have the answer. And this is a huge lesson, to just be confident that everything is happening in the right time, and meanwhile you just enjoy life. This is the way that you keep raising your vibration to allow everything to come to you just from a place of joy.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's the piece that that felt like it needed to be said. That it's important to enjoy life, like in the moment, being present in the moment with what you have, and enjoying what you have, being grateful for what you have, feeling fulfilled by what you have, and finding those little joy moments, finding those little things that do bring you joy that you can be grateful for. It might be kind of being grateful to have a bed to sleep in, a morning to wake up into, shoes on your feet. It can be as small or as large as you desire. And by finding those joy moments, this naturally raises your vibration to the vibration of joy. And with that then comes the choice of, do I want this to be ease-filled? Do I want to kind of stay in a state of allowance, recognizing that what I deeply desire comes from my soul? So tuning into the soul to find out what it is that you truly deeply desire, what is truly aligned for you to request or to make clear for yourself and for the multiverse, and then going into that beautiful state of allowness. So that then allowing things to magnetize towards you. And what our sense is that what sometimes is the hitch is that people are trying to manifest or trying to do this process from a place of struggle, from a place of lack, because the piece that's missing is the piece of appreciation and joy in the present moment for what you actually do have, so that you are raising your vibration to love and to joy.
Well, there's two pieces here. We manifest what we desire. First, it is created in our mind, because imagination is a spiritual technology, that everything that you think is, you put it out there in the particles of infinite creation. Through the emotions, this is when you move energy into motion. The energy into motion is joy and passion. You cannot create from a place of anger or suffering, but from a place of joy and passion. This is the way that you move the energy. And this is very important, because the other piece is that you only manifest what you are, not what you desire. If you want to be abundant, you have to feel you are abundant. If you want to manifest love, you have to become love first, because we manifest what we are. So the first thing is that you need to fall in love of yourself if you want to manifest love. You need to understand that you are the biggest manifestation ever that your higher self created. And if you are the biggest manifestation, you have to fall in love with yourself in all aspects of yourself. And when you do that, you feel, I deserve everything. I deserve joy. I deserve love. I deserve abundance and well-being and happiness. I deserve the best life ever. And from that place, you are living this in the now moment. And therefore, you attract more of that. This is the way that you can manifest, not from a place, I don't have it, I want it, it is out there, I'm here, there's a lack, there's separation, I need to chase it, because it doesn't happen. You keep chasing and it keeps running away out from you. And you never get what you want, because you keep chasing, because you keep feeling the separation from love, separation from the abundance, separation from everything that you want to. And until you embody it, you do not attract it. No matter how much you try and you effort, and no matter what you do, you don't get it, because only consciousness is what makes the shift within yourself. if you do not embody it, you don't manifest it. It doesn't happen. It may come and it goes, and you stay the same way. It stays to the level of where you are, where your consciousness is. So this aspect is also very, very important, that you first need to embody it. You need to fully fall in love of yourself. And this is a great lesson. A great lesson.
It's an amazing lesson, and the image that's coming is the image of dancing, like the spiritual dances, or the kind of dances of the dance of love, really, like falling in love with yourself, dancing with yourself as though you are the most exquisite angel on the earth, which you are. And really, really partnering with yourself in that way, really, really loving yourself in that way. And this is that vibration of love that you're bringing into yourself. It's that vibration of love consciousness, and you're raising your awareness of your own vitality. You're raising your awareness of your own emotional field. You're raising your awareness of any darker aspects of yourself and loving them into light. And this is raising the vibration. This is raising your vibration to the consciousness, the light, and the love, raising your vibration to that which you truly are, which is love. And then the next piece is that aligned manifestation that comes from that presence of love that you be.
And from that place, you keep expanding and you keep thriving and you keep creating more, because life always creates. If you see nature, nature keeps expanding. It never stops. You are either expanding and evolving or contracting. You never stay the same. So it's about just expanding, but from the place of pure joy, from the place of pure pleasure, because you love it, because it's joyful, because it feels passionate to just keep expanding. And this is from that place that you create the life of your dreams. Well, actually, the life of your dreams come to you without even trying to effort. You just enjoy life, and life happens through you. So these are the different levels of consciousness. The first level of consciousness is the third dimension of separation, struggle, fear, lack. And then the fourth dimension is when you start asking yourself, who am I? And you know that you need to heal yourself, that you need to just shift aspects, and you can transform your life and you can make your life different. But sometimes we can get stuck in the plane of keep healing ourselves, keep shifting, which is very important, because your darkness needs to be embraced into the light, of course. But then you move into the fifth dimension of unconditional love. And unconditional love, this is when life happens for you, to you. And this is when, from the place of pure love, you can manifest, because you magnetize, you don't try to push. And this is the feminine energy. The feminine energy is just allowing, magnetizing. You are in the stillness, in the place of stillness, and just allow everything to happen. And then you move to the sixth dimension and beyond. And this is the realm of pure potential, in which your imagination, you create whatever you want. And this happens not in the manifested form, but you can create whatever you want. Because as I said, this is a spiritual technology that we thought it was, you're just imagining. Yet you are imagining, but you are creating, because everything first comes from a place of an idea. And this idea will be manifested. This is how we create all new inventions, how everything was created. For someone had the idea, and then the idea was created into the form. So it is also important. So
yeah, that's amazing, and thank you for that. Like the stages, and as what we're noticing, and what we're adding in here is, as the stages align, we've got the first stage of struggle, the second stage of healing, the third stage of creating and magnetizing through love, and then the fourth stage of really utilizing the imagination. And as you imagine, you create. And we could use Einstein as an example of that, and many of the great thinkers or inventors. That's the level of consciousness that they have been operating in. But what is also happening is you're creating a very, very strong internal kind of line of energy and lines of energy that support you to stay very, very present on the Earth star, very heart open, and very present with yourself and present with what is happening. So when that fuels the imagination to come forward with something that is very, very divinely aligned as well as soul aligned. And that then sparks almost like a new evolution or a new revolution in both your consciousness and the consciousness of humanity. And that brings down these extraordinary, extraordinary shifts and changes, transformational tools, kind of both shifts in your life and for the planet. That's when you're really working at a planetary level as well.
Actually, when you stay present, you are aligning all your central channel grounded into the earth. This is when you stay in the 0 point. And this channel is the channel of grace. Everything goes through the channel of grace. When you are open to the present moment and your heart is open, this is when you channel your divine self. And this is when all these inventions come through. You receive all the downloads from your divine self. And this is when we channel, and people channel so in many different ways: painting, dancing, music, just channeling, receiving messages, inventions, everything happens from that place. So you need to stay present and completely aligned to that central column of light, which is the channel of divine grace, to receive the grace of the divine through you and then out to the world. Again, this is the feminine aspect. Instead of forcing and pushing, is allowing. So the feminine is the return of this golden age. This is how we create this new golden age. Shifting this awareness, it takes a while, because you need to rewire your brain, your belief system, that you have to do. And instead of that, just sitting and allowing, and just if you receive any divine guidance, then you follow through. But it's not about just action. And it took me a while to change that, because I was so wired in action that when you sit and wait, you think that something is missing, you are not worthy of that. And this requires to just rewire your unconscious mind, your conscious mind, and to understand that this is the only place where you can manifest, when you allow, when you stay present, that the outcome meets you. This is a very, very important shift in consciousness.
It's a very important shift in consciousness, and it's one that, tuning into to you, the listeners, that our sense is there's a lot of gems for each of you in this conversation. And there's a point in consciousness where, like with Sophia has brought forward these beautiful, very clearly the different levels. And there's a place in consciousness where you might each find yourself. And in that place of consciousness, allowing yourself to open to that next divine level that's aligned for you to open to, that you're now stepping into. Because this is almost like what's been spoken about here is almost like a roadmap of consciousness to raise your vibration to that of love, and then to manifest out of this beautiful state of love and joy, and stepping more and more into the divine feminine. And we also know that there is also the divine masculine, and the divine masculine is almost like stepping in here at the moment to kind of present itself. That is also like, that's an essential aspect that's also starting to step in. So as that divine feminine becomes more grown, and you're able to allow and to magnetize and be in that state of love, then the divine masculine begins to also be present as a co-creative energy. And I'm wondering if you'd like to speak a bit more about that.
Yeah, the divine masculine is, we also need to just recalibrate the energy of the divine masculine from the old frequencies into the new frequencies. The divine masculine also need to be in the heart center, of course. And this is the one that creates structure for the divine feminine to receive all this flow of life. because the more that the divine feminine opens up to receive this infinite flow that comes, it's like the water that goes through the river, and you need to create the structure so that the water doesn't overflow and stays in the course. This is what the divine masculine is doing, is holding the divine feminine from a place of centeredness and from being firm. And it is very important, the role of the divine masculine. And we have both energies within us. We need to recalibrate both of them inside of us first, unite them and embrace both of them and unite it. This is when you become whole and one. So from a place of separation, there's divine masculine, divine feminine, and from a place of separation, there's everything that we've created. There's out there and it's out here. But if we want to experience unity, we have to first unite within us the divine feminine and the divine masculine. We are both of them. And then we are an expression of one of them, of course, but we have both energies and we need both of them so that we can become one, because this is, instead of the magnetic and the electric energy, the both of them as the dielectric energy. And this is what is creation. Creation is that. It's the dielectric energy that creates everything, that creates the entire universe, the worlds, everything. So we cannot just separate one and say, no, I just want to be the divine feminine and not the divine masculine. You create separation again. You lower your vibration once again. If you create separation, you are both of them united and equal balance and in sacred union. And this requires also a deep healing process of embracing both of them. And also because we come from ages of distortion of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, both of them, one abusing power, the other one giving their power away, and many, many, many other distortions. And there's a lot of healing that needs to take place in order to fully embrace both of them as sacred, because we are this divine being and it is so sacred, every aspect of it. And our body is receiving this sacredness, so we need to fully embrace our body as sacred as well. So even the body needs to, we need to shift the way that we treat the body, the way that we take care of the body as the sacred temple to receive the divine aspects in sacred union. So yeah, this is a profound shift in the way that we have been living and what's coming, and the way that we are going to live, that will create this heaven on earth that we so deeply desire.
Yeah, yeah. And the piece that we would add in here is the creative life force, like the sacred union of the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and sitting in the present moment, kind of reaching the 0 point. And this is the embodied, this is then this almost like the final stage, or in the next stage, maybe, of embodying the Christ energy or the creator energy. You are the creator, you are the God, the goddess. This is the creator that you
exactly.
Yeah.
And the Christ energy, this is where we want to, this is what I feel so passionate about as well, because the Christ energy is when you tap into the source energy and then you self-source yourself. When you reach that level of Christ energy, the Christed being, is when you have fully liberated yourself from all aspects of density. You tap into the source inside of you, and the source of energy that is everlasting just keeps creating out of divine love and out of this source energy. And before that, in previous ages, it was meant just for a few people, enlightened people, to reach that level. But now we are an age that it is available for everyone. It just takes the process to get there. But of course, this is where we are destined to be. The return of the Christ is not just one person, it's us becoming the Christed beings, which means connecting to the source within and becoming self-sourced. And this is the expression of pure unconditional love. Love is what sustains everything, the universe. This is what everything that is not creating in love, it will destroy itself to be recreated in love. This is the lesson that we keep learning. Loving our different aspects is actually returning to love all those aspects that they were not in love. This is the process. Just keep loving and loving and loving, and returning to self-love, which is the Christed being.
The beautiful, beautiful circle. And, you know, coming back to that very essential tool of self-love, of loving and loving and loving, and on each cycle, because we do go in, you can call it either cycles or kind of expansion, and then just kind of stabilization, expansion and stabilization. And in those expansion moments, to return to that basis, that essential tool of self-love. And then as that expansion kind of completes for a cycle, or for a breath out and a breath in, then you breathe in, and there's that beautiful stabilization of everything that you have come to be, the new being state, and the creation that then comes, and the manifestation and the alchemy of that. And then there's another breathing out, and then that other breathing out, then that kind of essential tool of self-love it's almost like a key that you can just really, really hold for your entire existence, entire existence from this moment.
Actually, this is again the return of the divine feminine, but because the divine feminine, it goes with cycles. There's a cycle of expansion and a cycle of integration, in which you stay present and just fully accept and fully embody all that expansion. And when the time comes, there's another expansion. It goes in cycles, just like everything goes in cycles in nature, in the universe. The more that we learn to allow the process in the cycles naturally, we get more attuned to nature, to the universe, and how everything is created. And then this is again shifting from the old perspective of these patriarchal aspects that we've been living from, and just going with the flow of life, the cycles of creation. There's always a process of creation, a process of just allowing the creation to unfold and just go into the center, so that then goes the next expansion possible. Because as we said before, the universe is always expanding, nature is always expanding, and we are always expanding, whether we are conscious or not, because our divine self, as it creates the different aspects that happen in our lives, it's a process of expansion in one way or another, expanding our love, or expanding our consciousness, or expanding our wisdom. But everything that is happening, it's a process of expansion. And sometimes we don't recognize it, because we are in that place of suffering, because something is happening that is unwanted. But this thing that is unwanted is actually necessary for us to bring into new levels of love, into new levels of power, into new levels of wisdom. When we face it from that place, we turn from resistance into acceptance, and then we learn the lesson.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sophia. And I'm wondering, like, I feel like we've done this extraordinary it kind of like we've gone through all these different levels of consciousness, and the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and returned back to these essential tools of divine love and the divine feminine way of expansion and contraction and expansion. And what I'm wondering is whether this is a really nice time for the audience to receive some energies from you, or some experience from you, of what they may be stepping into when they really truly embrace this path.
Okay, I'm just going to open the space and allowing what wants to come through. This will be the right thing for people to receive. So I invite the listener to just close the eyes And just breathe deeply, because it's about moving from the head into the heart. And we are in this sacred container so that they can receive fully the frequencies that are coming in. And also segment is coming through and bringing in her power so that everyone can receive this frequency of infinite self-worth. So right now there's an activation that is happening in the third chakra. You can visualize your third chakra as the sun, and the sun is creating the light of the soul within, expanding, expanding. Feel your heart chakra activating. And as it does, this sun is burning through guilt, shame, and victim consciousness, undeserving, lack of confidence, lack of self-esteem. All this is burning right now. The energy of Sekhmet is pure unconditional love and is unconditional power, the power of love. Keep breathing, allowing the expansion to happen. Do not resist, she says. Because some may feel fear about allowing. Just surrender to the process and offer the fear to the divine. And Kuan Yin is also coming in to bring in compassion, because there are lots of people that they don't feel worthy to receive this frequency, this activation. And there's the support of Kuan Yin with the compassion. Keep feeling your third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, this sun expanding. And now she places upon the third chakra sacred geometry that starts spinning around clockwise. And this will help in the process of ascension, ascending the energy into the spiral, into source, back to source, so that anything that has been created out of love can be recreated into love. And it comes back to you as new energy. This is also the raising of the phoenix. So the phoenix is here showing you this. There's always a death. After a death, there's always a rebirth to bring in new levels of love. And as the phoenix raises its wings, it pulls you up, up, up to the level of unconditional love, and raises you up to the heart chakra, opening your heart even more to more levels of love, more levels of self-love. And now Mother Mary is stepping in. embracing you into a beautiful, beautiful white flower, which emanates love. It emanates the frequencies of the Christ consciousness, the frequency of bliss, and the frequency of source. And we are now setting this cube around you so that these energies can be integrated and grounded into your body, into the earth, into the core of the earth, so that the ones that are open to, they will receive all these healing frequencies. Breathing in and out. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes.
I certainly notice a shift in my heart energy and in my consciousness from that beautiful, beautiful meditation. It's like it kind of like opened a little kind of space in my heart. Yeah, it's bringing a little bit more light, bringing more light. So thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. That was really, really beautiful meditation, and I know it was channeled in the moment, so it's what came through in the moment for the listeners and for for those of you who are listening. It was co-created with you and designed for you and channeled by Sophia in the moment, specifically for those of you who are listening now. And if you listen again or in the future, it will be different, because you will have changed, you will have expanded, and you will receive something new out of it. That's the beauty of these meditations. It's the beauty of these conversations, that what you receive now will be different from if you listen again. And it's the beauty of living in these times, that we can be conscious of this and really make use of it, like to raise our consciousness and to become to have the life that our soul deeply desires. That's going to feel very juicy and aligned to us as we partner with Source as Source, as we partner with Source and become Source, and have to create that beautiful sacred union within through the journey, through the process of self-love and going inwards. Thank you.
Yeah. This is the beautiful process of the multi-dimensional aspects when we bring in these frequencies, that the more that you tune into the same, you receive even more, because you raise the vibration and the new codes come to you. So there's always more to learn out of it.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I know that you have a beautiful free gift for our listeners.
Yeah.
And I just bring up the name of your free gift. So your free gift is the Foundations to Live Your Highest Destiny. Would you like to describe a little bit about that free gift for the listeners?
Yeah, this free gift is trying to give you the tools so that you know what the foundations you need to have in place to be able to raise your vibration to this level of consciousness, so that you can start manifesting the life of your dreams. And once you understand what are the foundations, then you can work on it, because awareness is everything. When you have the awareness, then you can start shifting your reality. So the tools are really important, because this is what will allow them to create a profound shift if they decide to use them. Of course, these are tools. The work has to be done internally, but this is a profound information, profound tools and keys that are going to help them very much. And because there are encoded frequencies there, just by listening to it, they will receive even more underneath of what's spoken. And it will be creating an expansion, of course, while receiving this gift.
It's a beautiful, beautiful gift. And what I'm seeing or sensing is it lays a really beautiful foundation for individuals to raising their awareness, raising their consciousness, and also both tools so that you have a practice that you can take forward in your life. And also with that, there is frequency and energy that's encoded. As Sophia is bringing through the wisdom in that beautiful free gift. So you're receiving multidimensionally, you're receiving on many, many, many different levels simply by listening, and then taking the practices that are in that beautiful free gift forward that will really help you in this process of embodying your Christ light. Yeah, and we want to, we're kind of speaking a bit about it, because as we can see that it's a very, very beautiful free gift. It's a very juicy free gift, and we'd love to kind of encourage you, if it feels aligned, but encourage you to pick up that free gift, to experience the energies that Sophia's brought through in this call, and also in this beautiful free gift. So you get like extra. And our sense is like we're speaking because there are a number of you who we just want to say, yeah, listen to your intuition, pick up this gift, and run with it. Yeah.
It's a free gift, so it's time to just receive and allow it, and just play with it and try and enjoy. And if it doesn't resonate, it's okay, it's perfect. So this is the beautiful part of just trying it, and let's see what happens, and go from that place of innocence and joy and playfulness, and let's see what we receive out of this, and how can we expand our consciousness and just enjoy it.
Well, thank you. And it's also a way to connect with Sophia Maa, who has brought through this extraordinary masterclass, and has been co-created on the higher planes and in this kind of physical environment for you, with you. The guides are saying kind of with you as source. So thank you very, very, very much, listeners. Thank you very, very, very much, Sophia, for being here and playing with us and bringing through all this information. And we're wondering whether you have a closing message or a closing piece, like a piece to close the conversation that you would like to share with listeners.
Yeah, the closing piece for me is choose joy in every moment, because this will help you to shift your awareness in every perspective of life. The very moment that you stay from that place of the witness, instead of becoming so embedded in the experience that you get triggered, you just face it from a place of innocence, saying, what is trying to teach me this experience? Why is this experience in my life? And from that place, choose to just enjoy, no matter what is happening. And this will shift the experience and will help you to overcome and learn the lesson and complete it. So joy. And out of this, of course, there's always love. Love is the answer for everything.
Thank you, Sophia. Seeing the energy drop for our listeners. Thank you.
And thank you very much for having me here. It has been a real pleasure. I enjoy it very much, and I hope the listeners will enjoy it as well. It was a co-creation, so thank you, because it was profound and beautiful, and I enjoy it.
Thank you, Sophia. And with much love and much joy, we complete.